game versus Coventry City from Highbury in a Premier League encounter. Arsenal had started the season badly with only one league win in their first 6 matches. This form had them languishing in 11th place. However, the Gunners picked themselves up and went on to win 7 of their next 8 fixtures leading into this match, including a tough 2-1 win over the Danish outfit Brøndby in their last match, a Cup Winners' Cup second round tie. One shining light throughout the start of the campaign was striker Ian Wright. The Arsenal legend had scored 12 goals from 14 games and was looking to stretch this goal tally against a Coventry side sitting in lowly 15th place. Your commentator for this one, Phil Parry.
Well, it's a sunny afternoon. It's Highbury in North London as the two teams emerge. Both teams hitting a little bit of form of late. Coventry City winning the last 3 on the bounce, including in the top flight with victories over Everton and Ipswich, and Arsenal, of course, 4 wins on the spin. 2 changes, though, for the Gunners from the team that last took to the pitch in the Premier League with that victory over Chelsea. Tony Adams, of course, not available. John Jensen out of the side as well. But Martin Keown returns for his 6th start of the campaign as one of those 2 changes. And Ian Selly for his 3rd start. As far as Coventry are concerned, just one alteration. It's Cook who is replaced from the side that beat Everton 2-0 last time out. And it's a place in the starting lineup for young Scotsman Stephen Presley, the 22-year-old former Rangers player, born in Elgin. First league start of this current campaign for Coventry City for Stephen Presley, who have the huge presence of Steve Ogrizovic behind him in the back line as far as Coventry are concerned. They travel here looking to make it 2 wins on the spin at Highbury, having doubled the Gunners last season, but only one of 2 victories in 10 years for Coventry City against Arsenal, who are looking to really motor on now. That win over Brøndby in the Cup Winners' Cup, really giving some impetus to the season. So it's Coventry who'll get us off and underway. Dion Dublin waiting in the centre circle there. The saxophone playing striker will just roll it to Roy Wegley back in London. From Queen's Park Rangers player, of course, and Luton, Roy Wegley. Lee Dixon, have a presence so far this season, the 30-year-old. Ray Parlour just kept it in. It's Kobe Jones, the exciting American, and Dublin. An early touch for David Seaman. Good clearance too. Smith chasing after it. All right, unable to pick up the bits and pieces. 7 league goals. There's David Rennie. Working David Rennie, wants to receive it again. Well on though. Arsenal trying to just work it into the Coventry penalty area, and Coventry just a little bit of last gasp defending there. Nigel Winterburn wants to get on with the throw-in. Is he feeling his back, Roy Wegley from Chelsea and Luton and Queen's Park Rangers. Campbell, Schwarzer. Good little tricksy run by Inselli, who goes scampering after the ball. And Smith was waiting to receive. Coventry City, again, a little bit scrambly with their defending, but Arsenal putting them under pressure at the moment. And Ian Selly, third start of the campaign for him, getting himself high up the park there. Winterburn with the captain's armband. Good flick, but Steve Ogrizovic never alert the experienced goalkeeper. Steve Ogrizovic was able to pluck that away from any danger. Scored 2 or more in each of the last 4 of Coventry City, so despite their league placings, started to hit some form. Steve Bold, good powerful header away. Selly. Campbell. Dixon to Parlour. Wright. Stefan Schwartz again, and Winterburn. Good movement from Arsenal. Schwartz has overlapped. He's got right in the penalty area, receives it from Winterburn. Leslie with the header clear. Here's Ray Parlour. And Ray Parlour, no goals so far in the league this season. It's his fourth start of the campaign. He's getting a buffeting from the wind there, Ray Parlour. Stephen Grisovich being very precise with where he places the ball, and also very emphatic as to where he's going to fly hack it away. Dion Dublin may be the intended target, the burly striker. Rennie flicked it through midfield. Here's again Dublin challenging for it, but Winterburn carries away. Wegley puts him under pressure. Well held off. Dublin. And well, that's going to be kept in, is it? Just about by Wegley. He's got good skill, the American. Good deep cross as well, looking for Dublin. Parlour picks up the clearance. Ian Wright tries to breeze away from Presley. Here's Campbell. Space for him to race into. A little bit of a shove as well, and well, referee does award the free kick for the foul on Kevin Campbell. It was, shall we say, less than unobvious. Shove on the back of the Arsenal attacking player, and a good free kick in a good position. So Keown scampering after it. Parlour receives it. Keown again. Good wing play from the centre-back. Helped out by Lee Dixon. It's a teasing cross, so Grisovich won't come. Bold does. And you can only concede the goal kick in the end. But, the two centre-backs high up the park there. Steve Bold missed September this season. It's Steve Bold, but back in the starting lineup, partnering Martin Keown and getting on the end of that cross from Lee Dixon. Grisovich didn't have to make the save. Rennie. Wegley has been adjudged slightly offside there. The flag goes up against the Coventry City players, Wegley and Kobe Jones, but I think Roy Wegley was the man who was the furthest forward. There's no doubting his ability. And he's got the footwork that can create problems. Here's Seaman with the clearance. Campbell to Smith. He pushed over there. Referee's having none of it. Let's watch that a play for the goal kick. Steve Grisovich will again take his time. David Bust just getting in the way of Alan Smith. Second start of the campaign for him. One league goal so far for Alan Smith, but did score against Bromby last time out in the Cup Winners' Cup, as did Ian Wright. Steve Grisovich looking for a third consecutive clean sheet. He kept two all season in the games against Ipswich and Everton, the last two games in the top flight. Winterburn. Great bit of skill from Kevin Campbell. Dixon. Ray Parlour shown well. Good cross, onto the crossbar in the end, and that was very close to being an own goal from David Boost. He had to get in the way. Ian Wright was right in behind this cross, teasing from Ray Parlour. David Boost almost beat Steve Grisovich with a super header. Stephen Presley could only watch. Look at the cosh at times, Coventry. They are again now. Steve Bold stayed up for that. Wegley. Kobe Jones ahead of him. Dixon on the cover. Push and run from the American. Dixon will shepherd it out of play. Good strong defending there from Lee Dixon. Who knows about Sky Blue. His father, of course, was in the Manchester City squad for a number of years. There's the Mancunian, Lee Dixon, as he marches forward again, ever present again this season, the 30-year-old. His opposite number, of course, Nigel Winterburn. Born very close to Coventry. Who is the aforementioned West Midlander? Schwarzer towards Winterburn on the overlap again. It's Campbell who cuts out. Has Ian Wright with him. Selly. Good football from Arsenal, working their triangles and then looking to lever it over the top, and Alan Smith receives. Up against Boost. Clearance and Pickering's picked up by Dion Dublin, but Martin Keown snapping at his heels. Didn't allow him a minute on the ball, did he, the former Norwich City striker and Cambridge United. Winterburn. Campbell to Winterburn, and Schwarzer is on that. Stefan Schwartz on that Arsenal left, wins himself a throw-in. Sun getting in the fans' eyes there, as well as Nigel Winterburn as he checks out where he's going to launch this. Campbell. Schwartz. In for Smith, it's deflected straight into the palms of Steve Ogrizovic again, who's commanded this area. Stephen Presley making the challenge. Selly. Dion Dublin was strong in there with his presence. Don't stop him for the Arsenal throw. Stuart Houston. Inside Gary Lewin, the physio. Two of the substitutes as well, shielding their eyes. Stuart Houston, former Manchester United player, of course, as well. Dion Dublin, likewise, as the header forward from Campbell is chased down by Ian Wright. Will he get there with Ogrizovic? It's a brave bounce into the goalkeeper. And the referee says it's an illegal jump into the goalkeeper. But you can see he is so keen to add to his tally this season. 12 already, 7 of those in the league. Just jumped at Steve Ogrizovic. Free kick awarded. And the experienced stopper will clear his lines. Rennie to Dublin, looking for Wegley. Winterburn with the clearance. A little bit congested in there, and Coventry, well, at times just prepared to hoof it away, just to get it relieved, the pressure that is, as Dixon receives the rollout. Looking to try and turn Coventry as quickly as possible. Ray Parlour can't get there ahead of Steve Ogrizovic, who bounces off him. And he's made of granite, I think, Steve Ogrizovic. He's got a lived-in face as well, hasn't he? Steve Bold. Selly loses to Rennie. Pickering with the cross, and it's Martin Keown. While he heads it out of play for the corner, has a conversation with David Seaman, does Martin Keown, suggesting that he didn't know whether there was anyone behind him or not, so he couldn't take the chance. Coventry, though, have themselves a corner. Most promising position they've had so far. You can hear their fans responding with the Sky Blue song. Wegley looking to create. Dublin there, but Steve Bold was right behind him, and the clearance has set Ian Wright away. Waiting for some support. Does he need it? Still with it, Ian Wright. Up against Stephen Presley. This is great hold-up play. Brilliant from Ian Wright. Looking for Lee Dixon, scampering forward, and eventually Kobe Jones concedes the throw-in. Parlour. Dixon waits behind him if he needs him. He's somehow got it away from Boost. Ray Parlour! Oh! What an opportunity for the first of the season for Ray Parlour. Got away from Boost there, and then from a very narrow angle, well, he had Steve Ogrizovic putting him under all sorts of pressure. Shaking ahead though, he knows that was a chance. Rennie misses it. That's good closing down play, and there's a chance for Ian Wright! 1-0 Arsenal. Ian Wright takes the acclaim. It's his 13th goal of the season. His teammates eventually arrived to give him a hug. One fan was overly keen to do so. Stefan Schwartz was very quick up there to celebrate with Ian Wright. The fans are delighted. And it's his 8th league goal of the campaign. And this is all about the closing down work here. David Rennie able to sweep it, unable to sweep it away. The presence of mind to flick it into Ian Wright. And what a finish. Waited for Steve Ogrizovic to come out and then just placed it beyond it. Good take, David Seaman. Ian Wright again. Flowing with confidence after scoring the opening goal. Presley slips. And Wright, though, brings him to ground after the ball had been cleared, and the referee will just want to quieten things down here. And Ian Wright being called across. Nigel Winterburn has just a word as the captain, but the name is being taken. And the goal scorer is also now on a yellow card for sweeping the legs of the young Coventry City defender away. Steve Ogrizovic is making his point as well. The referee doesn't want to get too involved in that discussion. There is somewhat of a size difference between the pair of them. And I think Stephen Presley is going to be booked for his reaction to Ian Wright's challenge. The referee's been away on holiday. Looking rather relaxed, isn't he? 2 yellow cards he produces. And Stephen Presley, the second of the 2 players to get booked. Andy Linnigan's obviously has some thoughts on the matters that he wants to share there. Free kick for a overly robust challenge, so Coventry City can build. Arsenal leading, and deservedly so, on balance of play, but Coventry from set pieces can be dangerous. It's towards Dublin, bounces away from him, and Keown is able to scoop it out of play. Again, Martin Keown couldn't take chances. He was aware of the blue shirt in behind him. David Seaman thanks him for that. Corner's quickly taken, Morgan with it. It's driven away, and then the long-range ambitious effort doesn't really challenge David Seaman for David Rennie. And Rennie, from a Bristol City and Leicester and Leeds player. It's a little bit disingenuous to call him a journeyman, but he's certainly been around the block a bit with the shot that David Seaman didn't really have to worry about too much. Smith couldn't win the header. Wegley tries to chase it down. It's back to Seaman. And the blast of the whistle, another Coventry City free kick inside their own half this time. Ian Wright score the goal, this time offside. It's had a busy afternoon. Bold. Winterburn to Campbell. Rennie nibbles it away. Here's Dion Dublin. It's not yet clear. David Seaman, though, straight at him. Made a good take in the end, David Seaman. 3 clean sheets so far this campaign, but he's bowled it beyond Lee Dixon. Looks a little bit unhappy with himself, the fact he wasn't able to get there first, and Steve Morgan will take this throw in, the 26-year-old. Ian Wright invited to run onto it. Oh dear, it's played into him by Presley. Chance for Ian Wright. 2-0! Ian Wright, well again, doesn't need a second invitation when the opportunity is presented to him like that. Stephen Presley making his first league start of the season, getting himself into a right old mess, and Ian Wright, well, the goal scorer, the goal poacher extreme at Highbury this season, yet again, put pressure under Presley, came off his hand in the end, could have been a handball, but Ian Wright straight onto it. Grizovic committed, and Ian Wright knew exactly what he was doing. Smith, he's on a hat-trick now, is Righty. Door was briefly closed though, and here's Nigel Winterburn. Campbell, Winterburn on the overlap if he needs it. Can't get out of their own half at the moment, Coventry. That's a decent cross. Parlour won't get there. It's a good old battle with Steve Morgan. Is he going to win the battle? He is. Well played, Ray Parlour. Here's Dixon. Keown. Flicked it to Schwartz, and then it's Bold. Good strong run from Nigel Winterburn. Picked up by Smith. Campbell. Morgan clatters it away in the end, just to relieve some of the pressure for Coventry City. In each of the last 8 games, one or both of the sides that Coventry have been involved with have conceded or scored 2 goals. As Ian Wright couldn't quite find a teammate, and Stephen Presley is eventually floored by Kevin Campbell. He's had an interesting afternoon, hasn't he, the young Scotsman? Bold takes it away from Wegley. Oof, Selly almost gave it straight back to Roy Wegley, but there were too many Arsenal players back, and now Presley will roll it towards Grizovic. Morgan. Rennie for Jones. The American made his professional debut for Coventry City, first pro terms, came out of college football in the States. Here's chance for Pickering to break forward. It's Wegley, and Dave Seaman in the end watches that easy cut wide really from the attempted effort from long range from Julian Darby, 27-year-old. Initially famed for being an 11-year-old ball boy, seen celebrating on TV cameras when Frank Worthington scored for Bolton, a famous goal against Ipswich 16 odd years ago. Right. Smith. Winterburn very advanced. Parlour. Grizovic though, tall goalkeeper. 6'5" odd Steve Grizovic. Was looping towards him, wasn't going to beat him, just couldn't get any power on that Ray Parlour really, just had to direct it and see where it would end up. Nigel Winterburn slides it away. Roy Wegley wants to take the throw in as quickly as possible. Another good challenge from Bolt. A good strong run from Ian Wright, and then just got caught rather sharply there. And Arsenal's 2-goal man was, just as he was running, just looks as if he's pulled a groin muscle potentially. Boost to Morgan. Parlour tried to close him down. Barely barrel-chested player Morgan, but Parlour is able to wriggle the ball away with him, from him, and Smith picks up. Just seen Ian Wright going down the tunnel there. That's doesn't bode well for the second half. 2 goals he's scored. He's been booked and now picked up an injury. Here's David Seaman. Nigel Winterburn just stood his ground, but the referee was unhappy with that. Suggested that there's going to be a free kick awarded for the block off on Flynn. Again, plenty of height up there with the likes of Boost and Presley. It's aimed towards Dublin. Bounces off him. And that's it. Clearance from Ian Selleck. Last we're going to see of this first half. Very positive one for the Arsenal. 2 goals from Ian Wright. He's also been yellow carded and marched down the tunnel with an injury. Ray Parler's gone fairly close with a header as well. They've been dominant, Arsenal. Coventry City, it's bits and pieces from them. The Arsenal lead by 2-0.
The new bigger, better Citroën Berlingo loads pallets in seconds.
Because of geography, because of pearl divers and gold traders, because they have, and simply because they can. Dubai is now the most extraordinary city in the world. And your doorway to more than 100 places on Earth. Fly Emirates to 6 continents.
In these uncertain times, as Britain's favourite travel agent, we promise whatever you book with us, your money's safe. From flights to hotels, cruises to holidays, everything you buy from us is covered by the Thomas Cook 24-hour money-back guarantee. Whatever you book with us, we promise your money is safe. Thomas Cook it.
Where do they get their energy from?
EDF Energy, supplying energy to millions of homes and businesses.
This is Dave. He's shopping, but he'd rather be somewhere else. If you're an Arsenal season ticket holder who can't make it to the game, there's always someone out there who can. All you have to do is log on to the official Arsenal website and follow the links for the ticket exchange, and you can help other club members like Dave get to the game and make sure there isn't a spare seat in the Emirates. It's safe, secure and convenient, and you'll get 90% of the ticket value reimbursed back against your next season ticket renewal. Plus, Dave gets to see his beloved Arsenal. If you're a member and haven't got a ticket for the match, there still may be tickets available on the Arsenal Ticket Exchange. For more information, visit www.arsenal.com/membership.
Unstoppable! Oh, look at that! PSG lead! Brilliant play by Paris Saint-Germain! That is just brilliant! Rangers are loving it! And what about it? What about that? Arsenal got it all right!
Well, welcome back to the second half at Highbury, and a change for Arsenal. Eddie McGoldrick is on to replace Ian Wright. Second appearance of the season for McGoldrick. Ian Wright picking up an injury right at the end of that first half. McGoldrick's other appearance from the start against Norwich City. Arsenal lead then, 2-0. Will be confident of maintaining this winning run, which has seen them beat Hartlepool and Wimbledon, Chelsea and Brøndby. Coventry City's winning streak of Everton, Ipswich and Wrexham is under serious threat. Last time they didn't win was a 2-2 draw with Leicester City. So Alan Smith, of course, knows well. He's Smith and Campbell in the middle. Nigel Winterburn, a touch for him in the second half. I suppose essentially against his hometown club. Nigel Winterburn, just out down the road from Coventry. The current Coventry right back, Pickering with the throw. Presley, interesting first half from him as well, wasn't it? Difficult introduction to the league programme. The 22-year-old Scot. Here's Steve Bold. Winterburn looking for McGoldrick, looking for a first touch since coming on. Oof, strong, hard challenge in centre midfield. Both players okay, Rennie and Ian Selly. And Morgan breaks forward for Coventry City. Wegley to Kobe Jones. Jones again. Rennie, with the help of Smith, finds Ian Selly. He's running into David Boost in the end. Just caught between two stools really as to what to do, I think, Ian Selly, and allowed the Coventry City centre-back to steam up and close him down. Steve Grizovic conceded 2 goals for the first time in 3 games. He's conceded any goals, both to Ian Wright in that first half. George Graham now sat along Stuart Houston and the Arsenal bench. McGoldrick can only find Dion Dublin. Good deep cross as well. Dixon has to head it away from Julian Darby, who was waiting to pounce on that. Dion Dublin, 5 in the last 8 games for him in the league for Coventry City, so he's a danger man in there obviously. Here's Wegley with the corner, looking to create. Good clearance header, drops to Morgan, still not yet away. Darby with the attempted drive. Now McGoldrick picks up, looks for Parler. Pickering on the cover there with him, but Ray Parler still has it. Eddie McGoldrick again, plays it in towards Ian Selly. Eventually it bounces off Dion Dublin for the Arsenal throw. Injection of pace, an injection of power here from Arsenal. Parler still has it. And eventually runs it out of play. And Steve Morgan, a bit of a run around there though, the former Blackpool and Plymouth man. Steve Grizovic. Flynn. He comes almost with snow on. McGoldrick. To Winterburn. Goldrick again. Dion Dublin strong in the challenge with him, and McGoldrick eventually picks up and rolls it to his defensive colleague there, back there, Steve Bolt. Here's David Seaman. It's Campbell breaking in field. Chance for Kevin Campbell, good save. Stephen Grizovic in the end. Kevin Campbell bursting forward, 2 in the last 2 for him, unable to make it 3 in 3. Ray Parler has a chance to break forward again. Campbell still there. Ray Parler looking for Campbell. He can't quite stretch it, and Pickering has to concede the corner. Shake it ahead from Ali Pickering. Just a little bit nervy, I think, from that chance created from Arsenal's right-hand side. And they create from the left with the corner. First man isn't quite beaten. Dixon looking for McGoldrick. Flynn will take the throw. Pickering. Again, Winterburn will shepherd it back to his goalkeeper. Keown. 6th start of the season for Martin Keown in the league, that is. As Morgan again has to drive it back to his goalkeeper, didn't he? Steve Grizovic just kept it in. Did well, Steve Grizovic. Concedes a throw-in, but high up the park rather than the corner that it appeared that he might have to concede. Dixon wants to take it. Flynn, a bit of pace about him. Pickering. Well, he will be unhappy with his distribution there, Ali Pickering. There's David Seaman showing him how to distribute well. Here's Smith. To add to his tally of 1 league goal so far this campaign. Stefan Schwartz. Winterburn. Thought about the shot, I think, momentarily there. Plays it out wide to McGoldrick. Oh, Grizovic almost caught out of position. Just watching the ball in, there was almost a half a chance, but now Coventry break. Start throwing caution to the wind if they want to get something out of this game. Coventry City doubling Arsenal last season, of course, with a 3-0 win here. Mickey Quinn with all the goals. And that's a foul, surely. And Julian Darby penalised, and free kick is awarded Arsenal's way. And Darby's told to get into his position and closed down by Dion Dublin. It's allowed Nigel Winterburn to break out. So don't require to do anything too silly. Leading by 2-0. And Dixon looking for Smith. Just didn't quite work between the pair of them there. Alan Smith had checked his run. Lee Dixon thought he was continuing, the Arsenal striker. Played it into where he thought Alan Smith would go. Stephen Grizovic is grateful to actually receive possession. Dublin. It's been all action Dion Dublin this afternoon. Throw-in will be taken by Ali Pickering. Goes down by Eddie McGoldrick. Somehow worked it through towards Flynn. That's a good challenge. And towards Pickering. Nigel Winterburn again. Two good challenges from the man wearing the armband this afternoon for Arsenal. In front of the Coventry City fans, Wegley will take this corner. Cavill heads it clear. And Darby. It's a rather wayward pass to Morgan. He's forced over the halfway line, back into his own half. Here's Presley to Grizovic. Arsenal will be delighted with that. Having had a Coventry corner to defend, it's all the way back with their goalkeeper for the side from the West Midlands. Conceded 1 goal in each of the last 4 though, Arsenal, so they will be looking to improve on that record. Last time a clean sheet was kept was the 2-0 win at home against Hartlepool in the League Cup. His boost. Flynn, Rennie, Pickering. It's decent football from Coventry, but it's not in an area of the pitch that will hurt. And when they cede possession away like that from David Rennie, neat tippy-tappy football halfway inside your own half of the park. Ball comes to naught. Change being made though. And it's Kobe Jones who's going to be replaced by Peter and Love. And Phil Neal. Exchanged the handshake with Kobe Jones, and is Peter and Love on. I know he's got ability. Will he make a difference though? Arsenal's defensive line has been difficult to breach. Wegley to Flynn. And Darby foul by Ian Selly, right on the edge of the penalty area. Some of the Coventry City fans want more than just a free kick awarded the way of the Sky Blues, but I think that's all it's going to be. No more punishment for Ian Selly. Just got done by Julian Darby, really. Ball is being moved back. Well, Wegley is a bit of a set-piece maestro. Morgan's there too. It is going to be Morgan, and it's a good save from David Seaman. Danger's not yet clear, and Steve Bold has to concede the corner. Well, it was a decent free kick, well struck. David Seaman, though, palmed it out into the right area as well. And push it back into the on-rushing players. Wegley. Goldrick will keep it in. Getting the pressure by Dion Dublin's trying to get back to him. Nigel Winterburn, though, pacey little run. Derby putting him under pressure. He's done really well, Nigel Winterburn. Look at the referee to suggest maybe he was hauled over. And still struggling as a consequence, Nigel Winterburn. Coventry City continue. Dion Dublin eventually tells Sean Flynn to put it out of play so that some attention can be given to Nigel Winterburn. Just the ankle, did he twist it as he tried to pirouette in field again? Well, the Arsenal captain today, just receiving some treatment down there from Harry Lewin. You see it again. Hold-up play was really good from Nigel Winterburn. Stood on the ball, just get wrapped across the top of the ankle a couple of times there, and that's painful. Painful, but should be okay. Magic spray comes out. Can work absolute wonders. Arsenal through McGoldrick, throw possession back to Coventry City in a sporting way, and here's Steve Igrizovic. Presley. Left by Dublin. Wegley. Darby makes a run beyond him. Almost wriggled into his path, didn't it? Goldrick's clearance charged down by Sean Flynn. Playing midfield or at the back, Sean Flynn. And Goldrick with the throw. Round of applause as Nigel Winterburn resumes for Arsenal. Boost heads it away from Smith. Campbell. It's the Swedish international Stefan Schwarz who wins a free kick. Start of the campaign for him in the league of anyway. Campbell. And Arsenal just playing possession football inside the Coventry half. Parla. Keown. Parla invited to race onto this. Boost is just across on the cover. Campbell. That's good. Kevin Campbell still going. Igrizovic makes the block. Arsenal corner. Kevin Campbell's had a couple of chances in this second half. Created this lovely little reverse path run that he took, and then the roll into his boots with the shot, which was saved by Igrizovic. Could well have been a third goal. Flynn. Peter and Love ahead of him. So possession is wasted by Coventry City, and David Seaman will gratefully receive that again. He's in no hurry at the moment to offload the ball. Goes for a little bit of a dribble himself. Strong header from Presley. He's grown in confidence as the game's gone on, the Elgin-born 22-year-old. It's Good tackle from Steve Bolt, met by Pickering. Rennie was running back from an offside position. Couldn't do much about that as Pickering plopped it over the top towards him. The pair of them exchange a word or two. Tactical decisions being made by Rennie and Pickering. Flynn. Play it towards Wegley. Keono just holds him off. Flynn almost lost flight of the ball and got away with it with a degree of fortune. Here's McGoldrick. Campbell. Parler's on the right. Keogh. Ray Parler eventually gets it from Dixon. And then gets it from Smith. Still going, Ray Parler. Morgan made the challenge. And Love tries to take on Lee Dixon. So he's run it out of play. It's one of those players, I think, Peter and Love, who will do something dramatic and spectacular 1 minute, and then next minute might do something that's frustrating to his manager. Here's Smith. Up against Boost. It's bouncing around, and Smith eventually gets a chance. Does he get across? Well, there's Peter and Love. Well, he's conceded the throw. Lying on his back, trying to bring the ball under control. Dixon. Grizovic. Just 3 times this season have Coventry City failed to score. Sally's been part of a midfield and defensive combination which has kept them out so far. Flynn. Wegley. Concedes the throw in Nigel Winterburn against Roy Wegley. Pickering wants to take it up from the right back position. It's Pickering with a deep cross. Parler will get there. Smith, Parler again, and he's hacked down by the lunge from Steve Morgan. So it's a free kick. In each of the last 6 meetings, incidentally, between these two teams, one of the sides has failed to score. That might bode very well for Arsenal, at least getting a 2-0 win, if not more this time. And Campbell can't get hold of this cross into the penalty area. But Flynn is just slightly held back by Ian Selly. So Presley will take the free kick. Plenty of instructions being handed out from the management team there from Arsenal. Be satisfied though, leading by 2-0. George Graham. His winning run continuing. That's good skill from Ray Parler. Now it's Martin Keogh. Derby takes it away from Parler. Alan Smith couldn't control it, and eventually David Seaman is used as the option all the way back, trying to go forward again. Bit of extra leverage, illegally so, says the referee, by Ray Parler, and Steve Morgan will take this free kick. Presley beats Campbell in the air that time. Derby. Morgan. Still working hard, Arsenal, to maintain this clean sheet. Thanks to David Seaman and Lee Dixon there and through midfield as well. They're creating opportunities, and that's Selly with a long-range drive. Chukwueze watches wide. Well, there was space for him to run into, and it was worth a dig. Steve Igrizovic was comfortable watching it wide. No scramble there. Ian Selly, no goals so far this season in the league. His debut back in 22, and Brian Burrows is on to replace Steve Morgan for Coventry City for the last 15 minutes or so. Wegerle, Julian Darby. Here's the substitute Burrows. He's going to tease up Dion Dublin. Burrows to Rennie. Dublin again, downward header, scooped away by Steve Bold, and Nigel Winterburn jumps at Dion Dublin. The referee has caused all sorts of consternation in the Arsenal backline for a penalty award. The ball launched into the area. Dion Dublin with the first header. Steve Bold makes the clearance in front of David Seaman, and then Dion Dublin jumps for the ball, and a shove from Nigel Winterburn leads to a penalty award from our referee. So it's Roy Wegerle for Coventry City, and 2-1. Coventry City back in the game, and keen to get on with it, having given themselves a bit of a lifeline. Composed penalty from Roy Wegerle. Almost did David Seaman with the eyes there. Slid it the other way from the dive of David Seaman. Arsenal's record of conceding a goal in each of the last, 4 games now is continued. But it's only 1 goal, one has to say. Here's Flynn. And for some last gasp glory maybe. Wegerle, good skill. Still going, Roy Wegerle. He had 3 players to aim for. I think he went for the glory shot himself. And from Coventry's point of view, that might prove costly. Arsenal break. I always say 2-0's a difficult scoreline when you're at 2-0, because do you push on for 3? Do you sit on what you've got? If you suddenly concede, does momentum swing? The looks on the faces are more concerned. The looks at the watches are going to become more frequent. Flynn and Bold both miss it. It's a strong header from Keown. It was needed. McGoldrick. Pickering. Coventry much more ambitious, and Love though, and into Nigel Winterburn. Eventually the throw-in is awarded Arsenal's way. Arsenal left-back told to get on with it on the referee's blast of the whistle. Here's Alan Smith, Campbell. Wow, Kevin Campbell. As it loops in from Kevin Campbell, looking for his third goal in 3 in the league. It's judged to have been offside. Tight decision from the linesman. Igrizovic with the free kick. Time running out for Coventry, which the Gunners will be delighted with. Pickering. Love couldn't quite get there. And Dublin again was in that 18-yard box, and Phil Neal fields the ball. Rennie. Also need to relieve the pressure, and a free kick awarded against David Rennie on Alan Smith with a foul on the halfway line. Means that they can just take the sting out of it a little bit, Arsenal, take their time with it. David Rennie knew that as well when he had a word with the referee to say, look, this is going to arrest our momentum somewhat. And Phil Neal staring the prospect of a first defeat in 5 in the face. Here's Bolt. There's the final whistle, and 2 goals in the first half from Ian Wright were enough for the Gunners this afternoon. The only downside really was Wright's injury at the end of the first half, and Roy Wegley from the penalty spot, giving Coventry City in the end just a consolation. Dion Dublin, the man fouled by Nigel Winterburn, which led to that spot kick. Coventry's winning run comes to an end. Arsenal's continue up to 5 games now. It's finished Arsenal 2, Coventry 1.
That win saw Ian Wright notch goal number 14 in only the 15th game of the campaign. But for the team, it was to be a disappointing season. The Gunners finished in 12th place. But Wrighty would continue to lend some cheer to the Terraces. See you next time on Arsenal Gold.
It really is very good.
It's absolutely fantastic, lovely atmosphere.
I would certainly recommend it, yes.
Desmond Sinclair Walker, 657 appearances, 1 goal.
Hi, I'm Tim.
Good to meet you, Timothy. Now listen, you know that money you lost on the game on Saturday? Well, because there was a red card in the game, Paddy Power are refunding losing bets.
Before you bet, check out the money back specials at paddypower.com.
Brilliant.
Unstoppable! Oh, look at that! PSG lead! Brilliant play by Paris Saint-Germain. That is just brilliant! Rangers are loving it! And Mayor, what about it? What about that? Arsenal got it all right!
I love being an Arsenal fan. I've always been a member, and so I will be a member till the day I die.
There's so many reasons to join the Arsenal official membership, and remember the club's motto, Victoria Concordia Crescit. It means victory through harmony, and by joining, you could help the team's push for honours.
Oh, yes!
There's guaranteed ticket availability for all Barclays Premier League matches at Emirates Stadium. You can watch the players train on Members' Day. There's exclusive competitions with incredible prizes. And you'll receive your commemorative Anfield 89 Members Pack. And of course, there's Junior Gunners membership with loads of unique offers and opportunities. So visit arsenal.com/membership or call 0844 Arsenal and you can join today.
From EDF Energy, supplying energy to millions of homes and businesses.